So very good morning student. So today our topic is again we are going to continue with the chapter 18 air and the water pollution. Yesterday I hope everybody have gone through the videos and we have continued with yesterday. We have taken the part of air pollution, what causes air pollution and what are the effects of air pollution. So today we are going to study about the water pollution, the next part of the chapter. Before that, we will study what are the reasons of water pollution and what are the effects of water pollution and how can we reduce it. Okay. So first topic we are going to deal with the case study of Taj Mahal. Everybody knows where the Taj Mahal is. It is in Agra. So you may be knowing that there are many factories of leather, automobiles and other products factories near Agra, and whatever the things are emitted through it, the smoke, the dust and the particles which are emitted, they just are the mixture of sulfur dioxide and the nitro oxide. So when this sulfur dioxide and nitro oxide reacts with the water vapors, it causes the acid rain. So what is happening due to this acid rain? This acid rains, when it is falling on the Taj Mahal, it is eroding the white color. It is eroding the layer of the Taj Mahal. So as a result, what is happening? The color of the Taj Mahal is changing. It is changing from white to yellow, and this is also known as the marble cancer. So slowly you might have heard in the newspaper, you might have heard in the televisions that the color of Taj Mahal is changing, the beauty of Taj Mahal is reducing day by day because of the flow of the acid rain. So what we have seen, that this reduces, this pollutes not only on the or hampers or are harmful not only for the living beings, but it is also causing impact on the non-living things. See, this acid rain is not only harmful for the stones and all these things or the monuments, but you might have heard that the bridges which were made, slowly the iron is corroding and therefore they falls after years. Okay. So this, the corrosion of the iron which out of which the bridges are made up of, it is also responsible because of the acid rain. So what we see, that all the gases which are present in the atmosphere like nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, when they react with the water vapors and when the rain comes, it is in the form of the acid rain. Now, after this, we are going to study about the greenhouse effect. You know that from the sun we get the radiations. Okay, we get the rays of sun, and on earth all the human beings and there is a life. And when this radiation comes and falls on the sun, on the earth, the radiations coming from the sun is falling on the earth. So the part of this heat radiation is absorbed by the earth and rest is again reflected back into the atmosphere. So on this layer of the atmosphere, what is there? There are different types of gases are present as CO2, methane, ozone, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon. So what these gases do, especially the carbon dioxide, they trap this heat. Okay, and because of this trapping of the heat, what is happening? There is lot of warming of the earth takes place. Okay. So this process is known as the global warming. Okay. In the places where there is too much of cold, where you might have seen the nursery with the greenhouse and all shades and all. Why? And inside it and the plants are grown. Why it is so? It is also because of the greenhouse effect only. There, whatever the radiation is absorbed by the earth, their plants. So instead of reflecting back into the atmosphere, that roof of the shed, it do not allow the heat, trapped heat to go back into the atmosphere. So because of that, there is always the environment is of warmth environment, and that warmth is or heat is absorbed or utilized by the plants for the growth. So this is called the greenhouse effect. Now, because of the more amount of CO2 in atmosphere, why CO2 is increasing more in the atmosphere? Can anybody know? Tell me the answer. Actually, what is happening? Carbon dioxide, everybody knows that the plants absorb carbon dioxide and gives the oxygen. But nowadays what is happening? The plants have been cut out. There is lot of deforestation. Plants are being cut out. Because of that, why it is cut out? Because the land is utilized by the human beings, or because of the human activities, the wood is used as a fuel. So there is continuous cutting of the plants, and even the land is required by the people as the population is increasing to make the houses and furniture and all. As a result, what is happening? The deforestation is increasing nowadays. And when there is no trees and the pollution and the vehicles are utilized in large amount, and large amount of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide are emitted. So what is happening? The level of CO2 is reducing day by day, is increasing because there are no trees to consume it. Okay. So what is happening with this CO2, which is now abundant on the earth? It will trap more and more of heat radiation, which is reflected back into the atmosphere. So as a result, what will happen? There will be a global warming. So because of this, nowadays also you can notice that even during the winter season also, there is not severe winter we experience. There is a atmosphere is quite warm, and during the summer also there is lot of heat, and because of that, you might have heard in the newspaper that the glaciers, icebergs, they are continuously melting. Okay, so this is one of the reasons. Now we will talk about hope you have understood about this greenhouse effect and the global warming. Now we will talk about the water pollution. See, when we are walking on the way or coming or moving from one place to other, what we see that there is some leakage of the water pipe and lot of water is wasted, and there the water collects, and after some time you can see that lot of mosquitoes are breeded in that. Okay, and this water, when consumed by other poor peoples and the people walking roadside, what happens? They get suffered or affected by the disease. Why? Because of the use of the polluted water. Okay. Besides this, we can say that we are having the Hindu people have so many rituals like worshipping Ganesh, Lord Ganesha, Lord Durga, and after that they put all that idols in the waters, and this also once again they pollute the water. Beside this, above all we can say that the chemicals and the fertilizers used by the farmers to increase the growth of the crop. They use lot of fertilizers, and when the rain comes, with that all the chemicals used on the plants are washed up and they are added to the water body. Again the water body gets polluted. Okay, beside this, we are having so many rituals and so many we can say superstitions, that all the things which we are using during the worship of God, like garlands, agarbattis and all, used to be thrown in the water. This again hampers the growth of pollutes the water. See children, sometimes you might have seen, and even the waste coming from the industries. In order to avoid the pollution in the city, mostly the industries are established outer skirts of the cities. So what happened? The chemicals coming out, it is not disinfected and directly it is thrown and allowed to let into the nearby the water body. So when this chemical mixes with the water body, it pollutes that, and when that polluted water is consumed by any of the person, it gets infected. Secondly, we can say that if we talk about the Ganga, everybody knows that Ganga is in UP, and a lot of rituals. Mostly the people go there and worship there and do many ceremonies there. As a result, we are slowly polluting the Ganga water. So for that cleaning purpose, in 1985 the government of India launched the Ganga Action Plan, in which they took many steps. They stopped all this, they stopped all this throwing the materials into the Ganga, and this was done only to keep the Ganga water clean. And as per the Hindus' beliefs, what they do, they take this Ganga water as Channamrit and all, but they are indirectly infecting our human body. Okay. And now, if you would have seen, so government have launched the Ganga Action Plan to clean the water of Ganga so that it do not get polluted, and many precautions were taken so that the people do not throw the things in that, do not have bath and all, and so many steps were taken. And if you see in the water body, you see so many green color, small bulgy plants that are known as the algae. So once the algae grows in that, this gets the food from the chemicals or the pollutants which are added in the water body. Okay, so if you see lot of algae in the water body, you can imagine that there are lot of pollutants in that, and when this algae dies, it creates a food for the bacteria and the animals which are surviving in the water body. More the algae, ratio of the algae, more it is dying, more it serves as a food, and more this animals takes growth place. As a result, what is happening? The level of the oxygen in the water is reducing day by day. Okay, because these animals, this bacteria or small insects which survive in the water utilize this oxygen for breathing purpose. Okay, now as I told that government has already paid attention towards this and started cleaning the water body, and they have put the precautions, taken the precautions, and industries, people and all, they are, before throwing the water in the water body, they disinfect the chemicals before it is added to any of the water body. So these are the steps taken by the government. Now if we utilize this polluted water, what happens? We causes the many diseases like jaundice, diarrhea, typhoid and all this. Okay. Now we will talk about the potable water. What is potable water? Actually the purified water which can be utilized for drinking is known as the potable water. From where do we get the potable water? Anybody? So what happens in the layer when we keep on digging the earth, we get the water, and a stage comes when there is a clean water which can be utilized directly to drink. It is known as the potable water. But now the things is that the water which we are receiving at home, if we say that it's polluted and we can't utilize it directly, so what steps should be taken? First of all, the best example is that we can have adding the chlorination. First is the chlorination process, in which the water is, before supply of the water, it is chlorinated and with the help of the chlorine gas. Secondly, at home you can add alum. Alum, you know, everybody knows what is alum? Fitkari. Okay. And if above all is the process of boiling. But we can't boil such a big or a large amount of water. So what we can do? We can, in a small quantity, we can boil the water and utilize for the drinking, and rest we can use the chlorine, or adding the chlorine tablets are easily available, or adding the alum. And once it gets purified, then only we can use it. So here comes the end of the chapter. Okay, and I hope you have seen both the videos, and after that in the next session I will be giving you the question answers and the worksheet. Please keep on maintaining and keep on keeping the records of all the worksheet. It will be really helpful to you during your examination. Keep on updating the question answers given by me in your notebooks, and rest all fine. Keep on learning the question answers, keep on solving the exercise, and soon when the exams will be approaching, it will be really helpful to you. Thank you so much.